The iPhone 7 Plus, Huawei P9, and the Samsung Galaxy S7 are flagship phones of today's top brands. All of them provide innovative camera features that sets the bar high in the mobile camera industry. But which one is the best storytelling smartphone? Join us as we challenge 7 participants comprised of Instagram influencers and photography enthusiasts to experience the smartphones in a shootout in Metro Manila. The goal is to shoot specific subjects and in same angles. Additionally, they will have to shoot in 4 categories, which are vivid, bokeh or depth of field, low light, and monochrome. Based on their feedback and recommendation, this will determine who will be the best smartphone for mobile photography.
I would say that iPhone did it well. The output of the photo is almost the same to the subject in terms of color quality, and that's something that most photographers would really appreciate. If you're gonna compare it side by side with the subject, it's still gonna be able to retain the image quality and the image color.
In all kinds of weather and all kinds of colors, it's really Samsung that stood out.
I'm not a fan of vivid shots, but for this category, it would be Huawei. The color is vibrant and it has a lot of contrast.
For bokeh would be the Huawei P9. It's because it has DSLR settings. That's why Huawei P9 would be best for bokeh shots.
I'm so happy that the bokeh shots of Huawei is more defined. Adjust the aperture. Thus, for a photographer who's used into using an SLR, it gives me the flexibility that I need.
Undoubtedly, it's the Huawei P9. What's good about it is it has a feature of aperture, wherein you can adjust it to whichever fits the photo, which the other 2 phones do not have.
The iPhone, compared to the Samsung and the Huawei, it doesn't compromise the quality of the photo. So it's not grainy, it still looks bright and not too dark.
iPhone, which stand out in terms of low light conditions. Given that you really don't have to adjust the exposure, it appears naturally bright.
Actually, iPhone still works best. It's because when I take photos with the iPhone, the pictures doesn't turn grainy as expected in comparison with the other phones. It's a given that when you take photos, that when you raise the ISO, what's going to happen is that the picture will be noisy. It will be grainy, but in iPhone, it doesn't really happen that much.
It would be the Huawei P9 because the details are so clear, it's crisp and high definition.
Huawei is completely impressive. I think it works best for landscape and street.
The Huawei, because of the dual cam, so I think that's the purpose of that as well. So it took like better colors of which part would be black and white.
I'm actually impressed in terms of how Huawei performed. It has a dedicated camera both for RGB and for monochrome. So once combined, it's actually impressive and the photos are really stunning. For a black and white photo, it speaks a lot for itself.
Now that we've heard the feedback and reviews for each category, it's now time for their recommendation.
For mobile photography, I would recommend Huawei.
I would recommend still iPhone.
I'd probably still choose iPhone.
Most categories, the Huawei really stood out for me.
I'm gonna recommend Huawei P9.
For mobile photography alone, then Huawei P9 is the great choice.
I would choose the Huawei P9.
There you have it. Among the 3 smartphones, the Huawei P9 impressed our participants because of its innovative dual camera feature. Having a dedicated sensor for RGB and black and white, along with its impressive DSLR-like settings and bokeh shots, work for the favor of the Huawei P9. Did you like our test? Hit up the comment section below and tell us which smartphone should be the best for mobile photography. Or take it in your own hands by choosing your preferred photos in this online survey. I'm Ison of Hungry Geeks. See you next time.